What's going on, y'all? It's your boy AC coming at you with another video, and I wanna talk boxing for a second, um, which is what I normally do anyway. I don't even know why I even said that, but I digress from my point. Uh, for a while now, I've been hearing so-called boxing aficionados or boxing enthusiasts and people that say that they have a lot of knowledge and a lot of history on the sport. They say, they big up the old fighters, and they really don't like, fighters to be held, or fighters or microscope, so to speak, to be put up to the older fighters. I don't know why they do that, you know. Um, I mean, I really don't know why they do that. I don't know whether they're scared to say that a fighter from this generation could be greater from a fighter from their generation, the fighters that they saw coming up as kids, or whatever the case may be. I honestly don't know. But certain people are deemed untouchable. In the boxing in the boxing game. But it is what it is. I'm not gonna talk about that, at this particular moment in time, But another thing that people use, and this is what I'm gonna touch on too, is it's called boxing. This one is called boxing myths right here. This is a myth in boxing. I'm thinking about doing a small little series on it, just to bring some more clarity to some things, depending on how you take it. Some people might be like, yo, you screwing up, dude. But one of the boxing myths that I wanted to touch on was, that there are too many sanctioning bodies today, and there wasn't many back when their favorite fighter was fighting. Sugar Ray Robinson, or maybe Joe Louis, or different people like that. Certain boxing, certain pseudo boxing historians would tell you that there was one undisputed champion, or if there was, an undisputed champion, there wasn't that many sanctioning bodies. Well, today, we have the WBC, the WBA, IBF, and WBO. Now, a lot of real boxing heads don't really consider the WBO to be a real title. They was established in 1988. I know the WBO welterweight championship didn't become recognized until 2007. But it is what it is on that one. But did you know that there were actually 4 major sanctioning bodies even back then? Maybe even before the golden era of boxing, right? Now, I want y'all to ride with me on this one, right? One sanctioning body was the National Boxing Association, which was established in 1921. All right. The New York State Athletic Commission, which sanctioned championship fights, right, was established in 1920. The International Boxing Union was established in 1913. And the British Boxing Board of Control, right, was established in 1918. All right. Now, the British Boxing of Control later became the EBU, or the European Boxing Union, something like that. EBU. And these four right here, these four, the NBA, the New York State Athletic Commission, the International Boxing Union, and the British Boxing Board of Control, they were recognized sanctioning bodies, and they had their own site, and they had their own championships. That's right. Even back then, right? So, it is what it is, Even back then, even before Sugar Ray Robinson and, Ali and all of them, there were four major sanctioning bodies. All right, we'll go through them again. All right, the National Boxing Association, the New York State Athletic Commission, the International Boxing Union, and the British Boxing Board of Control. Now, here's what the deal is right here. The National Boxing Association, the NBA, became the WBA in 1962, which makes the WBA the oldest sanctioning body in boxing history. All right, major. All right. Then after that came the WBC, the World Boxing Council, a year later in 1963. Now the WBC came with I think that derived from the New York State Athletic Commission in several countries around the world. Philippines, Peru, Venezuela, and different people like that. Different countries like that. They came together and they formed the WBC. All right. Now here's a fun fact for everybody right here. The IBF and the WBO. Now the IBF, the International Boxing Federation, was formed in 1983, and the WBO was established in 1988. Again, 1988. Both of those sanctioning bodies came from the WBA. Right? Both of those sanctioning bodies came from the WBA. So, every major title can be linked back to the WBC, WBA. They say, you got four major sanctioning bodies now. Like I said, a lot of boxing heads don't consider the WBO as an official championship. And you have others that, don't consider, they don't, others do consider that. But the WBC and the WBA have always stood the test of time when it comes to the fight game. And if you're a student of boxing, I guess you know this, but again, going back to what happened in 1913, 1918, 1920, 1921 with the NBA, the New York State Athletic Commission, the IBU, the International Boxing Union, and the British Boxing Board of Control were all sanctioning bodies which sanction championship fights. So, that's a little history for y'all. So if anybody tells y'all that there wasn't as many sanctioning bodies back then, well, there you go. There you go. Do your own research though, man. That's what I did. I did my own research, so y'all do the same, man. As always, man, like, comment, subscribe, man. All right. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. All right. Till the next time, man, it's your boy AC. I'm out.